Joe McElderry dropping in. How you doing, Joe?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. It's a busy old time for you at the moment, isn't it?
It is. It's crazy.
You've been in Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yes.
And getting rave reviews about that. And you've got a new album on the way as well. Can we just play a little bit of that, couple of tracks? Here we go, a little bit of a montage.
To see for certain what I thought I knew, far, far away. Someone was weeping, but the world was sleeping. Any dream will do.
Wonderful stuff. So that's just a couple of tracks from the forthcoming album. We played the title track there Saturday night at the movies.
Yes.
And you had to have a bit of Joseph in there as well, because you've been, as I say, you've been getting rave reviews in that.
I have, yeah. I mean, it's been very overwhelming, that whole process. Because I was really kind of nervous about taking on the role, in the sense that I didn't want to ruin it for anyone, if that makes sense. So to have the feedback that I've had after being nervous, you know, when you take on somebody's work like that, and you take on a show that's as iconic as Joseph, you want to do it justice, you know, you want to make it special for people when they come and see it. They have a preconceived idea of what they want to see from the show. So I certainly felt that pressure, so to have the feedback I've had has been wonderful.
Did you have to audition for it, or was it just a case of they came to you and said, we want you to do this?
Well, we'd had a few discussions over the past couple of years about, you know, they'd asked my availability and stuff, and we'd kind of never been able to make the time and work. And then we sat down before I originally did the first run of it last year and made it all work, and I decided to take on the challenge. But it's been a wonderful one. It's been far more than I ever expected it would be. I knew I would enjoy it, and I knew I would have fun with it, but I didn't realise it would be what it's been in my career. It's been a wonderful experience so far.
Now, obviously, you won the X Factor. We were saying earlier, you are officially the most successful male winner of the X Factor, and we'll talk about which is no mean feat. We'll talk about your new album in a minute. But for you, was being in the theatre, being in the West End, doing it, was this always the end game? Was this always what you really wanted to do, as much as like the teeny bop stuff and the chart stuff?
Well, I suppose I think for me, I've always wanted to just be a performer and an entertainer, first of all, you know. I wanted to sing, and I wanted to stand in front of an audience and perform. And I think as I kind of navigated my way through the business in the first couple of years, I realised that I wanted to kind of experience all different ways and shapes of performing, you know, hence why I did Pop Star Opera Star and experienced the whole classical crossover.
And won it.
Yeah, and you know, and obviously, and I acknowledge that with a classical crossover album. And then, you know, I did a bit of songwriting and went into the studio and did my own material, and then obviously it got approached to do Joseph. So I suppose each kind of thing has been a snapshot of where I've been so far, in terms of the different styles and different projects that I've been doing. So it's not really been a kind of cleverly thought out thing of like, this is where I'm going to end up and what I'm going to end up doing. I've just always wanted to experience new things and push myself out of my comfort zone as well, and not just do the same thing over and over again.
And not be pigeonholed as well, which is always good, I suppose.
That's always been my thing. I've never wanted to kind of be put in a box, you know. I've always, you know, wanted to try different things, and people used to always say like, well, are you a pop singer, or are you a musical theatre, or are you a classical crossover singer? And I'm like, why does it matter, you know? If you enjoy what it is, and if it's something that you're interested in, you can be interested in it, and if it's not, you don't have to be. You don't have to. I really try and fight that whole pigeonhole thing.
Well, the new album's, when's it coming out, the album?
The album comes out the 14th of July, which is the opening night of the tour as well. So people will literally get the album people will literally be getting the album as I'm starting to perform the new material, which I've never done before. I've never released an album on the same day as me tour opening, so that's really exciting for me. There's something quite instant about that I'm really looking forward to, whereas, like, you know, where they're going to listen to that album on the day, some people, and be at the show on the night time. It's really really exciting.
Yeah, and it's your 5th album, and you are touring, you mentioned that, and you're coming to the Birmingham Alexander Theatre on the 27th of July, so what can people expect at that gig?
Well, I've got my special guests with us, Ben Ellis, Keith Jack and Lloyd Daniels. and we're going to be doing obviously lots of it will be related to movies and musicals. I've seen I don't want to spoil the boys' song choices, but they've got some really good song choices that people can join in and sing along with, and then obviously I'll be performing pretty much the whole album. You know, we're just starting to rehearse all of the stuff now and putting everything together. But it's going to just be, you know, my shows are all about, you know, being able to listen to a really emotional ballad and then be up on your feet and clapping along and singing along. And I'm all about chatting with the audience and involving them in the show and just making it a really kind of feel-good night for everyone. So I can't wait, you know. And obviously this year is obviously all themed around Saturday night at the movies, which makes it a bit more kind of jazzy. You know, it's going to be fun.
Well, it's a great album. We've been singing it in the office. Olivia, the producer, has been singing along to it as well. She absolutely loves it. Can you say hello to Scott from Norwich, who's texted in? He's a big fan of yours as well.
Hi, Scott from Norwich. And we're coming to Norwich. You can come see the show in Norwich.
He's coming, don't worry about
fabulous.
that. Joe, thanks ever so much for dropping in on the show this afternoon. It's really good, yeah.
Thanks for having us. Have a lovely weekend.
And you as well. So that's Joe McElderry, X Factor winner. He's got his new album out there, and just next Friday, isn't it? Saturday night at the movies, and you can catch him at the Birmingham Alexander Theatre on Thursday, the 27th of July.